Hi, this is Helmut Flash, your not so local dental marketing consultant. Today I want to talk to you about something which is I have found very dear to dentists and should be very dear to dentists. It has not as much and not as direct something to do with marketing and attracting more new patients, which is what we do here for you. On the other hand, it has a lot to do with patients referral and with breaking through into an upper class of dentistry, and that is the dental lab. And when I say breaking through to an upper class of dentistry, especially in today's market with insurances not paying and paying very little and dictating what to do, and with many people not having insurance, the truth of the matter is, if you look in this bad economy, there still is room at the upper level. Mercedes and Maseratis are still selling. Boats are still selling. Why? Those people have money. And there is a way to get there. Not necessarily only do those people, but at least include them. And a good dental lab has everything to do with it. Lately I've been running lots of dental labs, obviously by consulting doctors for 17 years. And lately I've been running into quite a good dental lab called Excel Studios here in the suburbs of Los Angeles in Canoga Park. That studio, that dental lab, has very high tech. They have machinery mills which cut the crown in a way which has not been done before in terms of precision. They're very service orientated, and I like that. And I've seen my clients complaining quite often about the service of a dental lab, a little bit like in a restaurant. A good steak is a good steak, great, we want it. But what about that extra service? Let's face it, we go to restaurants over and over again because we like the people who serve us, the owners, we like the atmosphere. And that's what Excel Dental Studio does. They really work with you and your staff in training them on step by step. You very well know that training people is basically kind of not exactly an easy task. And if you get some assistance there, not just a call, your impressions are not good. Well, what good does that do you? What about if somebody helps you to make better impressions? Well, all right. This studio does that. Give them a call, and let me, however, more iterate that many dentists try to save themselves in terms of spending less money for the dental lab, and I can understand that. After all, there's a saying out there, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. I just don't happen to subscribe to that philosophy. I really don't. I have seen it over and over again. When dentists try to save money on everything from equipment to whatever it is, and especially dental lab because it's a reoccurring cost, I can understand that $60, $70 more or less on a crown makes a big difference. But here's the thing. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe you don't want to charge $300 more for your crown or $200 more for your crown because in the end you don't have the confidence? You know, so maybe that your $60, $70, $80 more bigger, crown for the lab might actually push you into that level that but it's great. If you kind of go, but it's great, you know that 90% of the time that's all the patient needs. In any case, there's room at the top. As a dental consultant across the country, you got to believe it to me. There are people out with money. Grant you gotta have marketing skills to get lots of people in. I'm not saying you don't. But let me tell you something. People still are willing to pay for quality. And there is more money on the top. The only time you can make money at the bottom, servicing the, underinsured and the not insured with no money and all those things, is by having huge practices. Okay, and that can be done, but for most of you, that's not an option either. So you're kind of like in between. You're having a mass practice, but you don't really have a big enough mass practice, and then you can't do it. You have a quality practice, but you don't have a big enough quality practice to charge the accordingly prices. I'm not saying that a good lab is the only solution for that. There's other things you need to learn and do, and that's why I'm a marketing consultant. However, it is of big foundation. There is nothing more beautiful. I can see it with dentists across the country when they have total confidence in their lab. You know, the shade, the fitting, everything is perfect. When there is client support, basically the lab supports, and it's not just you. When your doctors and your assistants and can talk to the lab guy and can see and look at pictures and can discuss of what's going on, what should we do, that type of stuff. It is beautiful. So give those guys a call. And most importantly, what I'm trying to get across here is do not skimp on your lab. It really isn't worth it. I have seen it over and over with dentists. It isn't worth it. Have a good one.